Hello, everyone, and this is lesson 4. We are exploring the word faith. Faith is a tricky one, Mayor.
Yeah.
Faith has lots of triggers and beliefs wrapped around it. Like, can you have faith and not be spiritual? Can you be spiritual without religion? What exactly does faith mean? So here are the questions that Mary and I pondered and came up with and offer all of you to ponder on the fly today. In this complex world, how would life be different if it stretched beyond the limits of my 5 senses and put my faith in my intuition? Am I willing to trust myself to explore beyond my 5 senses? Could herein lie my greatest strength? So, Mayor, why don't you dive in? How's
Into
Here,
faith.
you took the hot potato.
This journey has been very interesting with my um, last 9 months, shall we say. And
On the journey, for those of you who just might be not have listened to any of the other lessons, is where Mary has been experiencing or walking a journey with cancer, and she's
yes,
courageous enough and vulnerable enough to share her process with us on this journey. So go for it, Mary.
yeah. Um, one of I think there's two pieces. One, to be able to listen past the fear,
Mhm.
to actually open to hear or to receive and know. Um, maybe not answers, but assurance that things are okay. That
Mhm.
regardless of the pain and the treatments and the surgeries and the everything else, that there's that still quiet place within where everything's fine.
Right. And that's
Everything's
that
okay.
courage of seeing beyond the 5 senses, because all of your senses tell you danger,
Yeah.
and yet there is a place where
Yes.
it's that intuitive knowing, that faith, that sense that's beyond your 5 senses, that
Yes.
it's all good. And as much as we hate to hear that, our other 5 senses hate to hear that.
Yes. Yes. And I mean, it's complex and huge, and it's simple,
Right.
right? Because in looking at it, reading the books of instant remission and healing and all, and there was Chris Work has just done that whole series on Chris beat cancer and all, and and so I subscribe to everything and glean what I can, and for him, he has a faith in Jesus in that I don't have, and on my journey, um, I happened to attend a couple of meetings, prayer meetings with not exactly an evangelist. His name is Tony Kemp. Very interesting man, a preacher, and all who and it was a very small audience, which surprised me because he has quite a reputation as being a healer and all, and so it led me to attend or go to hear him and hear him speak, and he does healings during his meetings and all, and thought, what the hell,
Mhm.
let's turn over every rock here,
Yeah, exactly.
so it's so interesting because, and it made me jealous that most of the people, or my sense of the people in the audience, were that their faith in Jesus was so strong that it carried them through anything and everything, even though they were suffering. If it
Right.
was emotional pain, physical pain, financial pain, mental pain, whatever was happening that they would share, um, they still had this faith. And it's nothing that I came away with from a parochial education and parochial school.
Right.
Um, Never left me with that faith in God.
Hmm.
Um,
So how would you, I I mean, because time is of the essence, but simply, how would you define faith? Like you're saying, well, is it the spiritual part? Is it that just a belief regardless of religion? Or is it exclusive to religion? What
yeah,
faith?
what that, and I'm still looking at that. It's a continual part of my journey, and I think it comes down, or for me at the moment where I'm at with it, is that what do I truly believe in? And maybe that's past the five senses of, and again, getting into that quiet, still place where there is peace.
Hmm.
And that's where that we are all connected, and that as crazy as everything is that's going on around us, there's that still point where everything's okay.
Is it faith or is it denial? It's like, how can we support everyone who's listening to this, who are facing those relentless challenges that are certain to come and go throughout our lifetime? Sometimes they're little, sometimes they're big. And sometimes we don't pay attention until they're the big stuff.
Yeah.
But what are what would you suggest, given your journey right now, are the simple steps or the simple things to consider to apply to your life on a daily basis, sometimes in the moment,
Hmm.
to allow faith to walk with you or to carry you?
Yeah. As as everyone is watching and seeing, it's a continual question for me.
Hmm.
Um, and in all of it, it's not listening to being taken away, swept away with all of the outside noise and everything that's happening, the senses, but in going past that to what that divine part of me needs
Hmm.
and feels and is really available for me. Um, I don't know if that's making sense, but the faith is that for me, it's got to come from myself.
And from the inside out.
Yes, from the inside out. That it can't be. Um, like we're doing a raw juicing and diet and all to a great extent, and it's like, do you place your faith in that?
Hmm.
You know, and it's like, again, that's something outside of yourself,
Right.
and not that sense of self within.
Right.
And if you see past all of the history and the beliefs and the experiences and the memories and all of that, then what's really there? You
Mhm.
know?
And I know that you're aware, Mary, but just for those that are listening, it's when I was 17, I had a near-death experience that I experienced place, a place. It wasn't even a place. I experienced so far beyond my five senses
Yes.
that there were no boundaries and fences. It was where I I was just part of unconditional love. I mean, it's such a big thing. So my
Yeah.
faith isn't attached to human form. And I know on your journey, it's been that question of, hey, I'm this old. How long do I stay here? Am I afraid of death? Am I afraid of, it's been asking all of those questions. So faith, to me, the ultimate faith is that experience of all of those senses that are beyond the five.
Right.
Um,
Right. There's so much more that this is cut out by the busyness of life.
so I
And
guess what I would encourage everyone to do is to allow this to be an ongoing question.
mhm,
Don't resist it. Don't try to fit it into a box. Don't feel you failed if you lose it. Don't feel like you're only okay if you find it.
right.
And find that way through simple taking a deep breath here or there, or having a good cry, or experiencing deep joy. Allow those to be a reminder that there is a divine mystery that's going on for all of us. And it's just finding that way to allow that mystery to be a part of the adventure.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think it's a destination.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I think it is the journey and of all of the stuff hitting you and, you know, um, getting the news that, oh, sorry, we thought you were going to be cancer free.
Right,
But
right.
well, it's
Yeah.
not working out that way.
And
And
all of that is in one, all of that is still happening in our minds, in the sense that one minute you hold yourself as being cancer free and the next minute you're not. And where did faith go from
yeah,
that moment to that moment? So
right.
it is that ongoing questioning. And the good news is, to me, that we're all connected somehow on this faith adventure.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
all right, Mir. Well, thanks for that for today.
Yeah. Thank
Walk
you.
in faith.
I love you. Love you, everyone.
Bye.